Hey, checking in from a slightly makeshift box today because I'm on a work trip and in a hotel room and literally just got had a day's worth of phone calls from hospital related people, essentially setting up the rather frantic surgery situation. I'm not sure I realized just how busy the day before the surgery was going to be, but it turns out, wow, that day is going to be pretty action-packed. So I had to make notes. Literally, okay, let me see. First call that came in was from my plastic surgeon's office because I need to go into the plastic surgeon's office to get marked up for the surgery, I guess, so that, you know, the plastic surgeon can sort of have a calm, non-surgical environment to make decisions, and we can have discussions, I'm hoping, about where the cuts are going to go and what the final result is probably going to look like. So that's happening the day before the surgery at, 10 a.m. I have to go to the doctor's office and meet with her there. Then, so that was 10 a.m. Then at, 12:45, I need to be at the hospital. I've got an appointment at the nuclear medicine department where it's my understanding that particular one is they're going to inject some sort of dye into my lymph node or inject it somewhere and see if it goes to my lymph node. I'm not entirely clear on what's going to happen on that, but there's some sort of dye injection. And note to myself, I've been reminded not to wear deodorant that day prior to that appointment. I can bring deodorant with me to put on afterwards, but no deodorant before the 12:45 nuclear medicine appointment. And then after the 12:45 injection appointment, I then have to go to, a pre-admission appointment at 2:15 at the hospital as well to get, I think, swabbed. I'm not sure what they're checking for with the swabs, maybe to make sure I don't have any sort of staph infections. I'm not entirely sure, but they're doing some sort of swab that they couldn't do at my pre-admission appointment last month because the swab would not have been valid 30 days afterwards. Anyways, so that's literally the day before the actual surgery. So I've got 1, 2, 3 appointments before the actual surgery date on the day before. So that's going to take up pretty much that entire day. And then on this actual day of the surgery, I've been told to show up at 6 a.m. So I guess the reasoning for that, as it was explained to me, is that I'm going to be literally the first surgery of the day to reduce the chances of it getting canceled, which I'm deeply thankful for, because I've been waiting 5 months for this surgery, and I am very much looking forward to finishing this phase of my cancel carnival ride and moving on to whatever is, okay, so maybe I'm not looking forward to whatever comes next, but I'm looking forward to not worrying that things are getting worse inside my body as I sit around and wait for this surgery. So all of that literally has been coming at me while I've been in airports and sitting in a hotel room with no family around, and I'm seeing my friends in a couple hours for dinner, but you know, these are friends that I only get to see a couple times a year if I'm lucky. I'm not sure I want to dump all of this on them, but it's gonna be really hard not to. Yeah, so I'm certainly not going to cancel that dinner. I'm really looking forward to seeing my friends, but wow, I think I need to That's actually one of the reasons why I'm making this video, just to try and get a little bit of it out while I can, while it's fresh, so that I'm not just dumping it all on my friends in a few hours, because I think that might be an awful lot to put on them. Yeah. So things are getting real. It's really happening. So a reminder to myself then that because I have been putting off and putting off and putting off getting a wedge pillow. I'm pretty sure that is the one key piece of personal infrastructure that I'm going to need before the actual surgery, so that I can at least pretend to attempt to get some sleep, because I've been told that I definitely won't be able to lay totally on my back. So I got to get a wedge pillow. That is my number one thing. I will also try and make a video beforehand, kind of going through the other things that I have, because I've been sort of assembling bits and bobs over the last 5 months as I've started to prepare. But for some reason, this wedge pillow has just been like one of those things that I don't know if maybe I just felt it was really big, or maybe just physically big, or just mentally big. Maybe it just, for some reason, it became like this big symbol of the surgery becoming a reality. Maybe that's why I haven't been able to actually physically go and get it. It's probably going to really make things feel very, very real, in addition to being a freaking enormous piece of infrastructure that will take up a lot of space. So maybe that's why. I don't know. I was curious. I just thought it was me being lazy. So that said, yeah, it felt really good to just kind of get that out. So I'm gonna keep making these videos. I think they're helping my brain. I think they're helping me get it out of the squirrels that are running around in my head pretty much constantly. Help get them out, give them something to do. And with that, I'm going to get ready for my dinner with my friends. I'll see you soon.